Today we're diving into the electromagnetic spectrum. Hang around to the end though, because there's three things that you really should know about all electromagnetic waves. Visible light is an electromagnetic wave, and we can split it into its spectrum of colours. You may have seen this effect before. It's called dispersion. You often see it when you shine white light through a triangular prism. The spectrum does not stop with visible light, and there's lots of other parts of the spectrum that you can't see with your eyes. Let's break the spectrum down. The electromagnetic spectrum is a range of frequencies that covers all electromagnetic waves. Here we have the electromagnetic spectrum, which is divided into regions based on wavelength and frequency. At one end we have low frequency, long wavelength radio waves. They're used in communication with things like radio and TV signals. What's this? It's a microwave. Microwaves come after radio waves in the electromagnetic spectrum. They're used in technologies such as microwave ovens and Wi-Fi and mobile phones. Next up we have infrared radiation, which we often feel as heat. It's that heat you feel when you stand close to a fire or put your hands round your hot cup of tea. Some cameras can detect infrared radiation. This is used in night vision and by fire services to detect hot spots where a fire could reignite. Then comes visible light, and we see that with our eyes. It's responsible for all the colours that we can see around us in the world. Beyond visible light is ultraviolet radiation. This is the stuff that can give you sunburn if you're not careful with your sunscreen. It can be shone on the security markings of banknotes, for example, and then they then give off visible light which you can see with your eyes. Following ultraviolet we have X-rays. These are used in medicine to see inside the body. For example, when you go to the dentist and you have an X-ray of your jaw and your teeth, or you go to hospital and X-ray bone. Finally we have gamma rays. The highest energy and the highest frequency are waves in the electromagnetic spectrum. They come from things like nuclear explosions or radioactive materials. So that's the electromagnetic spectrum in a nutshell. You may have noticed that the dangers of the electromagnetic waves increase as we go from radio waves to gamma rays. That's because the higher the frequency, the more energy the electromagnetic waves have. Unless they're very concentrated, radio waves are completely harmless to us. There is a frequency of microwaves that will cause fat and water molecules to oscillate more and the fat and water to heat up. We use that specific frequency in microwave ovens in a very concentrated way so that food can heat up. But the microwaves we get from our phone or our Wi-Fi are completely harmless to us. Infrared radiation, as we've already said, we feel as heat, and that can burn us if it's concentrated. You may well know that if you concentrate visible light, for example by getting sunlight and using a magnifying glass, you can start a fire. You can capture enough energy to heat something up so it ignites. When we get to ultraviolet, that's getting a bit more because ultraviolet's got enough energy to start causing things like skin cancer and sunburn. So ultraviolet's dangerous. So always wear your sunscreen, and don't forget to get sunglasses and ski goggles with ultraviolet filters. X-rays have the ability to damage the soft tissue in the body and even cause other cancers. Gamma rays do mutate cells, kill cells, cause cancers, and are generally pretty bad for us. Some of these dangers make the electromagnetic spectrum useful though. Gamma rays and high energy X-rays can be used to target cancerous cells in the body, and they will kill them. Ultraviolet light can be used to kill viruses on surfaces or even in drinking water. Now before I give you the three things that you really must know about the electromagnetic spectrum, you can help out my channel by liking and subscribing. Even make a comment. Back to it. Number one, all electromagnetic waves travel at the speed of light at 300 million meters per second. Number two, all electromagnetic waves are transverse. Number three, all electromagnetic waves will cause something to heat up if they are absorbed. That's because all electromagnetic waves carry energy, like all waves do. Now I hope you found that useful. Here's something else to watch.